on the flip side, both of you see a lot of early stage companies, and I'm curious, what are the top mistakes that you've noticed or you're aware of, and how do you solve for those?
The biggest mistakes, people think that just because something makes sense, it's going to work in healthcare. So you have a great technology, you see a big problem, and you come to us and say, look, big problem, technology, but you haven't actually thought through all the motions and all the specifics of
Mhm.
how complicated it is to actually get something adopted and get something paid for in the US healthcare system or in any other healthcare system. When you ask me, does it really matter clinically? Like, I can detect something phenomenal that no one else has detected. Like, well, does it change treatment? Like, well, not really. And then, okay, you're not actually solving a problem. It's good that we now have great insights, but if we're not changing the clinical pathway, it's not really going to matter. So I think not thinking about problems first, or thinking about problems and thinking just because you have a solution to a problem, you're going to build a commercially viable company, is probably the most common mistake that we see.
And then I will say, so who's actually going to pay for this? And they'll say, oh, well, that's very insightful. And I'll think, well, not really. But we get to really understand not only that question, but then the nuance of actually who might you be cannibalizing in the US system if you do this, even though it's better quality and it's going to save costs for the system overall. Where's that money going to land? Who is going to block actually adopting it because, cuts off the supply of income for them from a different field, and actually having the time and the resources to understand that proactively and upfront, I think is hugely beneficial.